Da Costa has actually said he was disappointed with himself. He, done all the work, he got through to the front, and he really thought that he could really feature in the top sort of 4 or 5 at the end. It just didn't work out for him. He got pushed wide, and he's determined, very determined to do better today.
Yeah, well, let's see how it goes then as we plummet through turns 2 into turn 3. Such a particular circuit, this one, Peter, isn't it? We've seen drama throughout the Food to Rookies Cup as well, and they've obviously big inspiration for them seeing their graduate Finn Topville in first position. What they can do, what can the graduate do here today in front of the home crowd?
And of course, it's just 17 points now between Bernat Fernandez, who scored nothing yesterday after being embroiled in sort of a 3-bike elbow collision thing, just as actually at the top of the hill here, and he slid off. It wasn't his fault at all. 2 guys touched in front of him, and then he got punted out of the way. But just one of those racing incidents. But that resulted in no points at all for our cup leader, and his advantage went from 42 points to 17.
Yeah, exactly. Anything can happen in Rookies Cup, can't it? There is your series leader, Bernat Fernandez, already cemented a spot in the Moto3 World Championship for next year with the MTA squad. That was announced as the first new signing that there is for the 2027 Moto3 series. So he will be very much hoping to sign off with the Rookies Cup title. It's part of the feather in his cap.
And of course, one of those hoping for a much better result today is Christian Daniel Jr., our American in the middle of the 3rd row of the grid. He unfortunately slid off. Well, very well placed yesterday, just going down through the left-hander, going downhill. And there is the pole man. That's a German hero.
Findog, get after it, mate. You can do it. I always love an underdog or a home hero doing the business on native soil, as Mike Q assumes his position for 2nd spot today.
Yeah, and Finn was 4th yesterday. He really was looking for a podium. So, 19 laps of Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup action here at the Sachsenring, and we're away. Finn gets it rolling well. There's the 85 come alongside. The advantage now with the spread out grid is that Finn leads them into the first right-hander.
That was the dream launch for the German. No chances of Ramadipa going up the inside that time to claim the whole shot. It's all about the German. He's going to hear a roar from the fans that have all stayed to potentially watch a home victory here today. That'll be what they are hoping for. They'll love the sight of this. If, of course, they can actually tell them apart with the only thing distinguishing them all, their helmets and numbers.
Right, down the hill into this long left here, going up through the gears. 5th gear, 197 kilometres an hour, 122 miles an hour along the bottom here before sweeping uphill.
Up from 5th on the grid, series leader Bernat Fernandez looking for redemption today, even though it wasn't his fault yesterday, as Ramadipa looks to go up the inside of Topville. Findog keeps it planted though as they switch it right into turn 11. Down the waterfall we come, plunging for the first time. Many riders very wide there. What happened to, goodness, not even sure who on earth that was, going their names tumbling down the timing screens, but they have got a lot of work to do now.
And Bernat Fernandez up into 2nd place, but Finn goes back inside him, does he? Yes, Finn retakes the 2nd place, out onto the start finish to complete lap 1. The number 32, it is with the advantage, so Kianda Ramadipa, the Indonesian.
It was Christian Daniel and Yaroslav Karpushin who ended up going really wide down the waterfall, as we see Guillaume Plonk up the inside at turn 1. Cutting very tight line there. On the switch back to turn 2 though, out they come, and it's Ramadipa leading them from Findog. And then in 3rd place we have Carlos Cano now to join the fray.
And Ramadipa finished 5th yesterday, didn't hide the fact that he was disappointed with that. He said he just had no tyres left at the end of the race. He said he's going to play it differently. He said, I might even look at a bit of change to the setup. He said, I've got to make the tyres last longer in race 2.
Ryota Ogiwara up from 14th on the grid to 8th spot now. He's just behind Travis Ford, who started in 7th. Fernando Bajosa, who we heard from on the grid, 3rd position in the standings, up to 6th place at the moment. But this is a cracker of a ride from Guillaume Plonk, who was really miffed at being crashing out of the first lap of the first race yesterday.
down the hill again. It's the number 32 of Gander Ramadipa, the 16-year-old Indonesian. All over each other on the brakes into the left-hander at the bottom of the hill.
Where is David Gonzalez? In the back of this group, up the inside into the final corner. He lets the brakes off, and goodness me, he went from about 8th to 5th in one move. Absolutely brilliant, and that has punched Tocqueville way back down the order. We got a yellow flag at the final corner, so someone has hit the dirt. We'll find out who it is very shortly.
And it's still the 32 of Ramadipa who has the advantage. It's down the hill again.
Archie Schmidt has gone down. That's gutting for the Australian. Finished yesterday's 17th spot. The number 18 down and out this time.
Yeah, he'd be keen to try and get going, obviously, if he can.
Still so sunny. I mean, conditions will be very, very similar to what they were yesterday, won't they? But just so much more rubber laid down with the racing as well that's happened so far.
Ramadipa said he's determined. He's going to have to look after his tyres. He said I might look at a suspension change. So he's leading it. He's not taking life easy. Wouldn't have him plant with the fastest lap of the race so far.
Want to give a shout out to the Brits of the field, Ethan Sparks and Sullivan Mounsey, up into 10th and 11th spot at the moment. Great stuff from them. Ethan Sparks, where did he qualify? Way further down, I was thinking. 21st, so he's made up 11 spots already. Well done him.
There is the number 23, Travis Borg, the Maltese 16-year-old. Already talking of a possible GP ride for him in Moto3 next year. Nothing's confirmed, but talking to the right sort of people.
Ramadipa leads the way ahead of Clark, Cano, Bahosa, Borg, who Peter just mentioned, the fastest rider on track last time around. Bahosa looking up the inside of Beñat Fernandez, who's currently in 4th position. They've got David Gonzalez for company, yesterday's podium finisher. The German, number 20, sits just behind them.
Bottom on the hill through the right hand now into the first of the left. Still a tight punch all the way down, isn't it? Most of the way through the field, it's about 20 guys battling at the front there.
Chris Daniels recovering from the early off-track excursion. He's in 10th at the moment. Car pushing, meanwhile, no such fortune for him right now. He's in 14th. Ogiwara has been pushed back down the order as well. Sits just ahead of the Kyrgyzstani rider in 13th.
Interesting, isn't it, that Ogiwara was a meteoric rise through the field yesterday. He qualified 12th. In successive laps, he went to 8th, then to 4th, and then to the lead. And why can't he do that today?
Well, you say that, but he's just gone back up to 11th, Peter. So maybe he's got an earpiece as well, listening to us, and thought better get hammer down.
Hammer time, perhaps. Right, the number 11 up the inside and into 3rd place. That is, of course, David Gonzalez, who was superb in 2nd yesterday, finished in 2nd place.
Pugliese, who started 16th, been pushed down to 20th, right at the back of this group. I mean, that is most of nearly all the riders that we have here today. There at the moment in shot, essentially. Christian Daniel, fastest lap of the race then. That was where he went down yesterday. His race chances ended, unfortunately, but today looking a bit stronger.
Right, you really I wonder now, the number 11 there, David Gonzalez, moving, I think, trying at least for 2nd place. Maybe he's still in 3rd, but maybe he's a guy who could try and push the limits here and break this 20-rider battle at the front.
Yeah, what's interesting, Peter, is that most of these riders are now doing mid-129s. Now, yesterday, they were setting 129s, 130s. The fastest lap of the race was actually Gander Ramadipa, 128.7. So maybe there is still a bit more in hand. Is this a slow race, do you think, just by those lap times, or are the conditions very different?
Well, yeah, as you say, there's plenty of rubber down. There's no reason, really. There's no strong wind or anything. It's not overly hot. There's no reason why this can't be a very fast race. And there is the number 11, David Gonzalez, looking for the win. He moves into the lead, in fact. So maybe he can up the pace. He's certainly got the ability. He's got the determination. Can he break this group?
Oh, who's that going by? That's Daniel. I think it's Daniel who's been pushed wide onto the grass that time. I was just about to compliment him. because he was really making even bigger moves up the order. As we see, Archie Schmidt has been black flagged after rejoining from his crash earlier on.
Same thing happened to Beñat Fernandez yesterday, if you remember. He had damage.
Oh, wow, Christian Daniel had to really avoid somebody there. Okay, so he didn't actually fall back through the pack entirely, but did he touch someone's rear wheel perhaps? Not sure. But the American certainly engaged in a bit of drama there as he sits in 10th now, just behind Ogiwara.
Right. So, it is the number 11 of H.
Oh, who's that down? That is a big crash there. Goodness me, good to see the rider up. It's not Ogiwara, is it? I think it is. It's Ogiwara, yesterday's winner. Oh, this championship keeps taking turns and twists after twist. Goodness me.
There's a bike ahead of this lot, but that will be Archie, I think, who's been black flagged. So, that's, we're watching the leaders now.
Oh,
and
dearie me, I think it's Marulanda who's down now as well.
Yeah, Marulanda's crashed out.
Oh, what a big shame for him on a comeback ride from this weekend as Archie Schmidt just moves out the way, fortunately. But, wow, what happened to Ogiwara? That was such a fast accident, and he skimmed across the top of the gravel right towards the fencing. Glad to see him up, walking away all okay, but that changes everything. Once again, if it finished now, you put the flag out at the moment, then it would be Beñat Fernandez with a 27-point lead with just 4 races left.
Right. Good to see these guys walking away from that. But it is the 32 of Keandre Ramadipa who's back in front. But if he looks over his shoulder at any moment, he's going to see the yellow helmet of David Gonzalez. Gonzalez looks up the inside,
Wow.
in fact.
It's not a common move, is it? Not a common move at all, but very impressive from the number 11. Ramadipa, of course, got his first Rookies Cup podium here last year, didn't he?
Yeah, that's right. He did, and then led most of the race as well towards it.
Oh, Ogiwara tapped on the power and went down similarly to Marco Bezzecchi and Fabio Di Gianantonio over this weekend as well. That was Marulanda. Goodness me.
Yeah, and you can see the Alpine Stars Tech Air gear going off really well and saving the riders there. So good to see that, these guys have the very best equipment. Saves them every time. Oh, my goodness. Right.
Where are we at? It's only 5 laps. 5 laps of 19. Exhausted already.
It's at the end of the day, stuff like this. Right. Number 11,
the
David Gonzalez
again.
with the advantage. Ramadipa. Carlos Cano is up there now. And up the inside, it's German hero, Finn again. He's into 3rd place, ahead of Cano.
Head dog back at the front. The number 20 finds his path. Back through he comes. We're looking at the 23 of Travis Bourg. 7th position for him. Ethan Sparks just behind him. 8th place for the Brit as Beñat Fernandez just displaces Guillaume Plante, the 24.
Fair to say, we're only a quarter of the way through this.
Well, the lap times last time around mid 129s from everybody, so they really could be going fast. I mean, yesterday we saw the group split quite a bit, didn't we, Peter? It was quite small in the end. Today, a different dynamic of a race, I think.
Yeah, no one's prepared to put the hammer down. I think they're all worried that they've got to keep some tyre left towards the end. I mean, it's not that the tyres, disintegrate or anything. It's just that they lose the best performance. At least that is the feeling of everybody. And that's what they felt towards the end of the race.
You've got to factor in as well, they've watched, the 3 Grand Prix classes as well, who were watching their race strategies, sat in the Rookies Cup hospitality. You saw that in the pre-show. Watching all of the racing. These guys, they're up-and-coming riders for sure, but they already know exactly what to look for when they're watching other riders on track. And they will have seen what they think to be the best strategy today, and they've got to save those tyres.
Right, down the hill, going through the left-hand and right. To put the ski and then climb, go to 2nd. It's a question of when you pick to choose to change to 3rd. There's no slipper clutch on this, so as you go 2nd to 3rd to 4th to 5th, with it heeled over like that. You've just got to slip the clutch a little bit to take the load off the gears off the rear tyre, otherwise you can promote some difficulties.
All of the riders last time around set 129 lap times, back from 2 set 130s, but low 130s at that.
Singapore was way off in the green there, right at the back of the field.
14th. Not the same kind of form we've seen from Singapore yesterday. You really thought was second on the grid. Could he actually even clear off perhaps? But the answer at the moment is no.
Yeah, I mean, I think he thought that he might be able to do that too. He didn't.
He's off wide again, Peter.
Yeah. So, but he said he didn't plan to make any changes to the motorcycle. He was so happy with things. So I doubt that he's made a change which has ruined the bike for him. But something's different.
Yeah, fastest lap of the race, the first real 128 from Tibor Varga. We had that coming together yesterday with Beñat Fernandez. So, I mean, that says everything, doesn't it? You know, the guy in 16th position, setting the fastest lap of the race.
And I had a chat with him at lunchtime. He said, "Did it? You know, I don't know what happened yesterday." But he said, I said, well, "It wasn't your fault. It's just one of those things. It's a racing incident." He said, "But it's always me. It's always me." You know. And he said, "Look, you know, it was me and Alejandro in practice at Assen, and that was definitely not Tibor's fault." You know, he said it happened to me in Mugello as well. I said, "Look, mate, you know, Alejandro, that was absolutely nothing to do with you. It's the other, take that away, and it's 2 times out of the year. That's not a statistically significant number." You know, I said, you can look at the videos, listen to Danny Rivolta and Gustav Lauer, do what they say, and just think, well, am I taking too many chances? Am I putting myself in danger by being too close when I can't overtake anybody? Just think about it and listen to the rider coaches.
Seeing Yaroslav Karpushin move back through the field up to 8th position. He got podium here last year. Saw him in a supermarket in Chemnitz on Thursday, where he said to me he's looking forward to podium here today as well. He was there with his family, his helper. I think it's his mum he's got with him.
So there is seemingly ever present number 11 of David Gonzalez. Just pulls out of the slipstream, goes for the lead, but
Carlos
up the
Cano
inside.
Up the inside, the 71 moves Ramadipa out the way.
Right, now. And Gonzalez pace a little bit, as you say. There's something still to come from these men and these motorcycles. You can see there that, you know, the whole field is in the one picture.
Yeah, they're now in late 129s, 130s. They're really, you know, it's a slow race comparatively. I know we're looking at it, but they're really conserving the tyres. So who's going to pull the pin? A few laps time. Gonzalez already got a bit of breathing space.
Well, if we look, if we look at yesterday's race, the Singapore, you know, he really upped the pace with about 6 laps to go. So at the moment we've got 8 laps to go. And where is Singapore? Singapore, well, he's got himself up to 14th place. Well, and of course, you know, 14th place, it's still only 1.9 seconds off the lead.
Yeah. So close. Another rider going off there. Goodness me, so wide onto the actual gravel itself. Was that sort of like Bahosa? They sort of plummeted down the order on the timing screens a bit there. Couldn't quite see from the rear.
There's Finn, number 20. He's in 4th place. Pole man, the local hero. Number 24, Willem Clark. 4th place. Second place.
Really tricky. Turn 3 is a bump on the inside there, which has claimed quite a few riders so far today. Who was that going so wide?
Focus.
Heat haze. Solidarity to my fellow camera operators. Heat haze is our number 1 enemy. Especially on days like this, as we got a yellow flag. Oh, I think it's Borg. Borg has departed, plummeting down the timing screens. Cannot see the Maltese rider anywhere. And we have a yellow flag. Yes,
20
Borger's
trade.
down. What a shame.
The 16-year-old Maltese. He's been, such a great feature of the race.
Stop with a technical issue.
Oh, yeah.
Oh dear. Well, that's the second technical issue he's had this year. He'll be gutted with that.
Yeah, not impressed. Anyway, right, back. Number 32 still has the advantage, Skanda Ramadipa, our Indonesian hero. So he's got it back from where, in fact, has the number 11 gone?
Number 11 is in 10th, Peter. He's at the
What
back
happened
of that
there,
group now. Yeah, exactly. What did
Blink.
He's on 11. And the opposite side of the coin, can't push it, back up to 4th position. Brilliant from the Kyrgyzstani rider. Finn Kratokville, 3rd position at the moment, Germany. If you're listening, if you're watching. But it's Ramadipa out front.
And there's number 7, that's the point leader. Of course, has extended his points lead as Ogiwara has already slid out of this race, yesterday's winner.
Yep, so long as he finishes, he will be doing just that. And here's what happened to David Gonzalez. Oh, coming right. Oh,
yeah,
spicy with Benyat. Wasn't Benyat
right.
complaining to you that everybody kept barging into him?
Yeah, I think more than he played better bit there. Right. Okay.
Get what you give him, mate.
Yeah. 24, as I say, is Guillaume Plant, the 18-year-old Frenchman.
Sullivan Mounsey, the number 4, up into a much stronger spot. He's got Christian Daniel ahead of him, 6th position for the number 17.
Okay, right. We are now winding down. There are now we're 14 of 19, so it's
6
time.
laps to go.
Yeah, time to see just what's left in those tyres, surely.
Back to the mid 129s as we see some riders start to go a little bit wide in towards turn 1. A variety of line choices there.
And Yaroslav Kapushin, the 16-year-old from Kyrgyzstan, up in the
Oh, a couple of riders down in the background. I think one of them is Bahoza. The other one, I'm not sure. It's Peña Fernandez. It's Peña Fernandez who's gone down. Well, how about it, Peter? It's all back on. Ramadipa at the moment, live championship standings making inroads. And it is Bahoza and Fernandez. Positions 1 and 3 previously, before at the start of this race. They are down and out. The top 3 in the championship have not finished this race.
My goodness, wow.
Wow.
I mean, Benyat said it doesn't matter where I am, I always seem to get bumped into. Well, there's another example.
Oh dear.
But the second race, right?
Goodness me, that is incredibly unfortunate. Surely we'll get a replay at some stage and we can suss out what really happened. But for now, we return our attention towards the front, which is now a group that's whittled down to 11 spots. Singapong just off the back, battling with Ethan Sparks.
Right. Right, Ramadipa with the advantage. Karpushin in a good second place.
Oh, we have a red flag. Red flag, Peter.
Oh, yeah.
Lights came on with 5 laps to go. Is that 2/3 race distance?
That'll be the race called, I think. Right at 5 out of 19 to go. Yeah, that's my maths suggests that is 2/3 race distance.
Wow, that is shame, a real shame for it to end like that. Of course, we send our very best to Beñat Fernandez, the series leader, and that may well be a result.
Yeah, I would think so. Of course, the result will go back at least a lap from that. We'll get confirmation of
that. If they cross the line, so if they cross the line, does it go to that lap, or is it the lap before?
I think it's the last time that it depends when they stopped. They're actually all in a group.
Race completed after 14 full laps.
Right, yeah. So they're just going to go back a lap because it's when the whole field crossed the line. Did the whole field cross the line before the red flag came out? And
yeah,
obviously it did, so just goes back.
Well, then we have a result. Then everybody, we have a result. We don't know what the result exactly is going to be. Oh no, we do.
Because it's come up with 14 laps. So it's Ramadipa, Karpushin, Kratochvil.
Kratochvil is on the podium, ladies and gents. There are some air horns going off, and that is a result.
And then fourth, Christian Daniel, Guillem Planck in fifth, Carlos Cano in sixth, Gonzalez seventh, Da Costa eighth, Mounds in ninth, and Ethan Sparks 10th. But of course, we'll wait for official confirmation of that. Right, and of course, our thoughts very much with Beñat Fernandez, our Cup leader, and that he's going to be okay. Yeah, so he's going to be working hard, of course, buoyed by the great results here and determined to go into the last 4 races of the season at full speed, I'm sure.
Well, second place then, Yaroslav Karpushin from, nearly up outside the top 20 almost at one point. Wishing the very best to Beñat Fernandez and Fernando Bajosa. Beñat Fernandez in the medical centre receiving the treatment that he needs. We see the German flag aloft, the Parc Fermé, and the Indonesian flag draped round Kiandra Ramadipa's neck. Take it away, Dominica.
Second win of the season, Rama. Wow, superb performance, really good on the track. Again, red flag, unusual race, so talk us through it.
Yeah, the race was good, better than yesterday, because I try to manage to stay in the front until the red flag. I don't know, I don't expect this red flag, but yeah, I just try to stay in the front. I push every lap, and yeah, I don't know. I want to thank all the people who always supporting me, and Red Bull Rookies Cup staff, and also my parents, ayah. Yeah, also all the Indonesian people, Astra Honda. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Thank you all the people who always support me. I can't thank enough to them because yeah, it has been a really difficult last few races for me. This win is very meaningful. Yeah, I hope in the next race I will keep the momentum going. And thank you all. Love you.
Thank you, Rama.
And of course, with 4 races, that's still 100 points on. But onto the podium. In third place, under the German flag, is Frin Kratochvil, and then in second place, Kyrgyzstan rider Yaroslav Karpushin, the 16-year-old, and our winner, Kiandra Ramadipa, takes the top step of the podium for the second time this season. And there is the trophies being awarded, as I say, by Adrian Guimos.
Second place trophy, of course, being given to Yaroslav Karpushin. And then finally, the winning trophy to Kiandra Ramadipa. He lifts it aloft. Very, very chuffed with that one, understandably. So time for the Indonesian national anthem.
His trophy and to sing along with his national anthem. We'll be in Misano for September 12th and 13th. The next races of the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup the following weekend in Spielberg. But until then, it's goodbye from myself, Peter Clifford, and I'll leave you with Matt Dunn and the point scores.
Yes, the riders continue to debrief on the podium. Peter and me will go after this to go and speak with them and catch up on how the race unfolded and do all the post-race show things that you can see on Red Bull TV, etc. So there we have it. The lads pose for... They're glad to see the vast majority of them get up and walking away. But here's what that does to the riders' standings. Beñat Fernandez first ahead of Ryota Ogiwara. Ramadipa...